Wai'ale'ale is a 1975 graduate of Kaimuki High School. He didn't attend college until he was 40 years old because he was having a bit too much fun and never thought about his future. Today, Pastor Wai'ale'ale holds a master's degree in Christian ministry and is pursuing another master's degree in global leadership. He is a proud father of two beautiful daughters. He has been a staff pastor at New Hope Christian Fellowship for the last 15 years. Please welcome Pastor Wai'ale'ale.
Kaimuki High School, class of 15, what do you say? Principal Wai'ale'ale, vice principals, administration, faculty, staff, teachers, thank you so much for having me here. It's a privilege and an honor to speak here today. Now, it's not often where the graduates excite the speaker, and that's the case we have here. See, 40 years ago, I was sitting right where you're sitting, in the hot sun, sweating it out, thinking, finally I made it. Today, I'm going to help you look into the future. How many of you would want to see the future of your life right now? Yeah. Tonight, if there's one thing that we have control over, it's the friends that you choose. Everyone can build a bright future for your lives by the friends you choose and the friends that you unfriend. Today I want to talk about friends and unfriend. That word unfriend entered the dictionary in 2003. It's a popular word now. The biggest thing that will influence your future that we have control over is our friends. Now, there's some friends that you keep, and then there's some friends that you need to unfriend. It's sort of like this joke about three guys that were graduating from high school. And they were all going to go to different colleges on the mainland. So they thought, before we leave, let's go on a fishing trip. So they agreed. And one day they met out at Wai'ale'ale Coast. They launched out from there on this small boat. And then about 10 miles out, something happened to the motor. And they didn't have a radio system or some kind of a beacon. And the motor went dead and they started to drift for days. And it started to get hot and they started to get sunburned. They ran out of food and water. And then all of a sudden, one of the guys saw this bottle floating in the water. So he picked it up. And he uncapped that bottle. And a genie appeared. And then the first guy, the genie came out and said, I have 3 wishes for you. And since there's 3 of you, you each get a wish. But listen, there's no refunds and no exchanges. So the first guy goes like this. He says, wow, I've been out here for days. It's hot, I'm sunburned. I wish I was back home in Wai'ale'ale Valley with my parents. Poof! He's gone. The second guy says, oh, I'm so stiff. I wish I was at Crane Park playing basketball. The next thing you know, poof, he's gone. And then the third guy, he goes, oh man, I'm so lonely in this boat. I wish my 2 friends were back here with me in the boat. Poof! See, those are the kinds of friends you want to unfriend. Now, I have a test for you. I need your help here. I need show of hands. I want to start like this. Just show me by show of hands. How many of you have secretly done one of these 4? On Facebook, unfriend somebody. Unfollowed somebody on Instagram. Unsubscribe. Thumbs down on an artist. Shame on you. But actually, you know what? You are the heroes of what I'm about to talk to this evening. Friends and unfriend. Great boxing champion Muhammad Ali said, friendship isn't something you learn in school. But if you haven't learned the meaning of friendship, you really haven't learned anything. I want you to catch this idea, this principle. Listen to this. Whatever the characteristics of the people you hang with, whether good or bad, that same characteristics will grow onto you. It will bleed right onto you. And that's how you believe. That's how you be. Whatever the characteristics of the people that you hang around with, whether good or bad, that same characteristics will grow right onto you. See, if you spend time with people who inspire you, who challenge you to be the best that you can be, encourage you, motivate you, those that think well of you, they have good hearts, then guess what? That's how you'll be, because that's the same characteristics that will grow right onto you. Those are the friends that you want to keep. Graduates, look to your left and your right. Everyone around you are graduating, and these are your friends, because everyone is in the same boat together. You made it this far. These are the kind of friends you keep. But when you leave here this evening, and if you start hanging around with people that grumble, people that gossip, they're satisfied with living a mediocre life, holding grudges, unforgiveness, it'll be like a suction cup and it'll absorb you in, and you'll start to become the same. If you hang around with people who grumble, soon you'll find yourself grumbling. If you hang around with people who compromise, soon you'll find yourself compromising. If we want to know what you'll be in 2, 5, 7 years, look at the friends that you hang around with. The number one problem why people live beneath their potential, and every single one of you have incredible potential that hasn't even been released yet. The reason why people live beneath their potential is because of the people they hang around with. One of the things that I'm involved with is I have this group of men that we all have an opportunity in this group to enter different prisons, and we counsel with those incarcerated. And we are registered with the state, and we counsel these prisoners from Halava, OCCC, Wai'ale'ale, federal prison. And we meet as a group, and then we go one-on-one with these prisoners. And the number one answer when I ask the question, why did you get locked up? They always say it was because I hung around with the wrong people. I got hooked up with the wrong crowd. See, oftentimes we unfriend people who we should keep as friends. And then we make friends with people we should unfriend. Here's my point. People you should have as friends, be selective. Just because they live down the street and you play basketball with them, doesn't mean you should keep them as friends. Doesn't mean they have the best out for you, the best potential looking out for you. Select friends with these qualities, people that will help you. Speak words of counsel, encouragement, motivation, challenge you to be better, inspire you to rise higher, motivate you to be a better person. Henry Ford, maker of Ford automobile, said, "My best friend is the one who brings out the best in me." Newspaper columnist Walter Winchell said, "A real friend is the one who walks in when everyone else is walking out on you." The biggest thing that influenced my life in the last 40 years wasn't the money I made or the career opportunities that I had in my life. It was the friends that I chose. Some people say, well, where do you get these friends? Because they don't live around where I live. First of all, you don't get friends by default. Just because they live down the street or you pick mangoes and lychee with them doesn't mean that they're people you hang around with. So where do you start? This is where you start. You start in the mirror. You start in the mirror. You see, if you want to be surrounded by good friends, it has to start with you. People are attracted to what you're going to be. For instance, if you want to be, or you want to hang around with people that are truthful, then you have to be truthful. You want friends with good attitudes when the chips are down, pressure's boiling, then you develop a good attitude in yourself. You want a friend to be encouraging and helpful, then you need to be encouraging and helpful. You want to be inspiring, or you want friends to be inspiring, then you got to do the same. So here's what I've done for myself. I made a to-do list and then a to-be list. The to-do list are the things that I want to accomplish short-term, long-term. And the to-be list is more important than anything else. It's how I shape my character. It's how I'll shape my future. You start putting things that how you want to be. Attitude, honesty, motivation, encouragement. And you know what happens? When you become that, you start to attract the same kind of friends. And your friends will be just like that because you choose the person you want to be. Listen, Kaimuki graduates of 15, you have a choice. Let me wrap it up with this one last story. Story is of an old Cherokee Indian tale. The old grandpa is sitting by the fireplace talking to his grandson. And he says, boy, inside every person, there's a battle going on inside of us. Two wolves are battling for supremacy, dominating your mind. He said, son, the battle between these two wolves are inside every single one of us. One is a bad wolf. The bad wolf is full of anger, jealousy, unforgiveness, greed. He's full of false pride. That bad wolf has an ego, self-pity, and guilt. While on the other side, there's a good wolf. It's full of joy, peace, love, hope, humility, kindness, generosity, truth, compassion, mercy. And the grandfather says, both the good and the bad are constantly fighting with each other. And then the grandson, he thinks about it for a while and then he says, which wolf wins? And then the grandfather says this, and Kaimuki High School graduating class of 2015, I know you know this answer. The grandpa says what? The one you feed. Who will win the battle? The one who you feed. The point of the story is this. Every one of you has these two wolves inside, running around inside of you. Which friend are you going to feed? Which friend are you going to feed? If you develop a heart that's on the to-be list, the characters that you want to be, you don't have to look for friends. They'll be looking for you. Make sure you invest your life. And if you do, I promise you'll never live beneath your potential. And you'll become all the person that you wanted to be. Because you're not looking for friends. You're becoming one. Sounds like a winner? Aloha, thank you for having me here. Kaimuki High School graduating class of 2015.